are you talking about? Oh, the plate is like this big. You got the batter shot.
What's up?
We're here. All three of us are in different spaces, but we are here for Here's the Deal.
In the same city.
In the same city. We're all, Natalie's back in Austin. She's not in Lake Jackson, so we're all here-ish. I, of course, am holding down the fort in the studio. That's just what I do.
Because you live at the office.
No.
I heard you're running out of space there now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that people are packed in like sardines. It's crazy. That's why I came into the studio. I was like,
real estate in Austin is crazy.
You what?
Yeah, it says Sarah's room.
I wish I had my own. I wish I had my own room in here. No, they'll kick me out for the grappling show after this. If you like jujitsu, you can stay with us. But how's it going, guys?
Not too bad. So not in the office this week, just because I took a little weekend trip and making sure keeping the homies safe. A
little jaunt, if you will.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. With the college friends. Man, this is what happens when you get old. You just
everybody from all stages of life. Everybody from all stages of life just kind of merge, and you're just like, I don't know who was from where, you know?
Yeah.
At least that's what happened to me. So
yeah, but it was a good time. Got some sun, and had a lot of laughs. But obviously, because some people with the Rona are asymptomatic. I mean, I don't think I have it, but I'm just being cautious.
You did call it the vid before the show, so is it the Rona?
They're all interchangeable.
Okay,
they're all interchangeable. It's like money, you know. Moolah, dull hairs.
Yes, let's do this. Let's go through all the synonyms for
cheddar.
The bread. I think it's you're going to get the bread now. That's what the kids say on the TikTok.
Have you downloaded TikTok yet, Sarah?
No. Instagram Reels is going to kill it anyways. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
And YouTube's trying to come out with something. YouTube's trying to come out with a feature that's
they're all going to copy each other.
Yeah, and everybody knows who wins that.
I'm surprised that Oracle's getting in the game with TikTok. Not that they're buying TikTok or anything.
Yeah,
it was an interesting move. I don't know how that's going to work.
Of the three of them, I would have thought Walmart or Microsoft would have closed on it, but I was like, oh, okay, Oracle, like making a move. Instagram Reels is going to kill it. I don't need it. Just like I didn't need Snapchat. Instagram came out with stories. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I still use Snapchat.
Strong feelings.
I mean, occasionally. I think I post more on my Instagram stories.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram owns the world.
Yeah.
The CEOs of Snapchat and TikTok. Right. The CEOs of Snapchat and TikTok are not testifying before Congress. It's like the big four, the big five. Is this what we're going to talk about today? I mean, we could.
I guess, yeah. We could talk about
softball.
We could keep
Y'all seen that Netflix documentary yet?
The what?
I have not. I have not.
It's interesting.
What's it about?
It talks about basically does like a deep dive on Facebook and how they kind of just like changed humanity in a way of being able to control people in a way where they can, place ads whenever they want, when they want, type of thing. So they kind of go into that stuff, but very interesting. Yeah. I highly recommend it.
It's scary. Completely unregulated.
Yeah. That's exactly what they talk about, how there's no regulations around it.
I mean, in the first 5 minutes, in the first 5 minutes of the show, we have given everybody a rundown on the Rona, synonyms of money, an update on their stocks, and Netflix recommendation. So you're welcome. And now we're going to talk about softball.
Right on. Well, big news yesterday. I'm sure
huge news.
Watching have already heard. Totally unexpected. Skylar Wallace entered the transfer portal. She played second base her freshman year, and then this past season that was cut short, she started at shortstop. And one of the top recruits that we had listed. Great athlete, top of the order type hitter. She also played on the USA U19 national team that took gold at the World Cup. But completely surprised by this move.
What makes this unexpected for you? Right? Like, I think everybody's surprised by it, but what's surprising to you?
I think what's surprising to me is that you are voluntarily leaving a championship caliber team. Like, we all know that Alabama, with that pitching staff and the depth that they have, position by position, is going to be at the Women's College World Series. To make a decision that monumental, something wasn't right there. And I knew nothing of kind of her experience at Alabama, but apparently it was big enough to put her name in the transfer portal. So I think a lot of people were shocked. So do I think this is going to hurt Alabama? Honestly, I don't think it's going to make that big of a different. Here's why.
You don't think so? All right, let's give me the deal here, because this is unexpected. All of it's unexpected. And you know what? I may have a strong argument against you by the time you finish, but go ahead.
Okay, all right. Look, there's nothing against Skylar Wallace. She's totally an impact player. But when you look at what's coming back for Alabama, they have their senior shortstop, Claire Jenkins, coming back, and they have one of the top recruits, Bailey Dowling. And not only that, Savannah Woodward is perfectly capable of playing second base or any infield position for that matter. But I think when you look at the depth and you add Bailey Dowling, to me, is going to be just as much of an impact player. But I think what she brings on the offensive side is a big power game, which, Skylar could pop it out, but I think Bailey Dowling could be a kid who hits 15 home runs. Like, I have no doubt about that. And can she play shortstop? Hell yeah, she can play shortstop.
We know how much you like the dingers. We know how much you like the dingers.
Yeah. And that's why I don't think it's going to hurt Alabama that much, because they're so deep. They've got very versatile players on their team. And then offensively, I think, Dowling will fit the bill or even put up numbers greater than Skylar. And Skylar put up good numbers. She's batting over 380. She's one of the top RBI producers on the team. She brings speed. She's solid on defense. But I think, when you look profile versus profile, Bailey Dowling versus Skylar Wallace, I think Dowling kind of edges her out with the power game. She just doesn't have the speed game that Skylar has. But I think you add power, and then you got two Baileys in the lineup that are freaking going to demolish the ball. And I think Bama fans will be excited to see that. And I have tremendous confidence in Dowling as both a hitter and a defender.
I think something interesting there that I will agree with, and then I'll just disagree with everything, was the depth that Alabama has. And I think you're going to see that. You mentioned it's a championship caliber team. I think all the championship caliber teams this year, because of the Rona or the vid, whichever one you prefer, are going to have that depth. So when we get into where is she going to end up, that's going to be a really interesting discussion, because everybody's so deep. I like the speed. I know how you feel about the dingers and the RBIs. I liked her speed. SEC all freshman, SEC all tournament, U19 USA Women's National Team, World International Cup. She's a big time player. I think no matter who you are, when you lose a player like that, especially that young, I mean, she put up those numbers. She was a sophomore. Imagine the trajectory of her career. To lose somebody that young and with those kind of numbers and that speed, I think it's going to hurt him. We'll let Allie be the deciding factor here.
Honestly, I definitely agree with Sarah. And not to mention, little plug-in here. She was ranked number 3 in our 100 rankings back in 2018.
So
in the class,
good for you.
So, honestly, I'm gonna have to go with Sarah, but I do see where you're coming from, Chez. I mean, both Baileys are just gonna demolish, and I'm very excited because dingers for days. But yeah, I think this is one time I actually agree with Sarah.
One time.
Well, I mean, we're gonna see this all play out once season hits. But I think Alabama's gonna be fine. You know, everybody's got kind of these bloated rosters full of really talented kids. Especially when you look at those top 25 teams returning their seniors that had their seasons cut short. I mean, it's going to provide a lot of flexibility on defense and in the lineup. I just think Alabama is going to be fine. And like on the flip side, you know, I think Skylar Wallace is going to end up at a top 10 program.
And that's where
she's going to benefit another program.
That's where I want to go.
Going to be in the Women's College World Series.
That's where I want to go for sure. Because you mentioned the bloated rosters. Where's she going to end up? Who has the money to get her?
I mean,
who needs her?
I'm sure her phone is ringing off the hook because who wouldn't want to add a top of the order type hitter, a 3-year starter at shorter second. I mean, that's a blue chip kid. I could see her either ending up in the Big 12 or in the SEC or in the Pac-12. I mean, I think she's very capable of ending up at any of those conferences. And I just think it's going to be a top 10 team. I mean, it's hard. This kid is super competitive. She wants to win a World Series. She wants to be challenged. I think that she's going to take her time with whatever school she ends up at, and it'll be a top 10 in my mind. But it's going to come down to like who has the money, right? When you talk about this repeat year of 2021, you have schools that are asked to shrink up their budgets, zip it up, but you are carrying 23 or more kids, probably more around 23. So that's like super expensive. And who knows what the protocols are going to be once they're able to travel. Are they going to be able to room with another player, or is it just one player per room? I just think it might be tough, and I don't know what will open up in terms of money, because I just think when you look at those top 10 teams, those rosters are very full. They're very full.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you have the returners from the previous year, and then you have the incoming freshmen.
Is there a world where she just sits out 2021?
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, and I honestly don't think it hurts her, because who knows how the 2021 season, like, what the hell that's going to look like.
Yeah, all signs point to not normal right now.
Yeah,
for sure. So it would be. I think I'd be a little surprised if she did, but on the other hand, I mean, like you said, who the hell knows, right? Like, this is uncharted territory.
I mean, totally. I mean, she could sit out if she goes to the market and doesn't get a good offer. There's no doubt in my mind, if that were to happen, just a hypothetical, I mean, she's going to be taken care of the following season. No doubt in my mind. But it just depends on what she wants, right? And then she has the time to carefully consider all of her choices and try to find the right fit during a time when people aren't traveling. So that's like another challenge. Like she will probably have to go to those places depending on the policies in place, on our own dime, unless some of those conferences kind of open up, kind of like the protocol in terms of letting potential recruits on campus.
Yeah, pretty fascinating development here. And I have no doubt that our stellar senior editor for FloSoftball will be all over any other breaking news that happens with Skylar Wallace.
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna, like I said, Skylar Wallace is gonna end up at probably a top 10, top 15 program with Women's College World Series at the forefront of where they're trying to go, because that's where she's gonna want to go. And Alabama is still gonna be really good. That's all I'm saying.
That's the deal. It's the deal on Skylar Wallace.
That is the deal.
Laid it on us.
Yeah.
Well, shall we shift gears to early 2022 recruiting class favorites? I know that you have several.
Wow.
I feel like this is just going to be a monologue for you. You're just going to go through your entire 2022 class favorites. Who's your favorite?
Look, I'm
very top of your list. Very top of your list.
Ooh. This is a tough one.
I'm not that kind of. I'm not going to give you a softball question. I'm asking the hard questions on Here's the Deal.
Yeah, you went right in there.
Sure did.
I mean, I love Texas. I think they made 3 really good picks and 3 impact players with Leanne Good, Reese Atwood, and Citlali Gutierrez. I mean, 3 extremely important positions: your pitcher, your catcher, and potentially your middle infielder. And they got 3 grade A athletes, all from the state of Texas. So I think those were some really great picks. Tennessee, with Carlin Pickens, Taylor Pennell, Jenna Mosley, and Destiny Rodriguez. I think those are good. I'm excited to see more from Carlin Pickens. We know that she can touch 70, but I'd like to see how she does against fierce competition. I don't think she's really been put through the ringer in my mind, like a Kylie McGee, who's going to Arizona State, who is pacing ahead of some really great Corona Angels pitchers that came before her, like Megan Faremo, Rachel Garcia. She's pacing slightly ahead of them, so that's kind of exciting for Arizona State.
I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting to see Duke here in the mix with five or six big time recruits. What do you think about Duke and that program? How old is that program now?
They got to be in their 3rd or 4th year. 3,
4.
I forgot about when I went there. Yeah,
it all blends together.
They're going into their 4th season. I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for them to have
I really like their
this strong of a class, yeah.
I'm very high on Kia Ricks. She's got to be one of the fastest athletes in the 22 class. The kids won championships. She's a star on her EC Bullets team. Sophia Gardner. They picked up 2 really good pitchers, and Sophia Gardner McKinnon and Cassidy Curd. It's pretty clear to me that the Lady Dukes, which is a club organization coached by Marissa Young's husband, James Lamar, they're building in a little farm team for Duke, because they have I don't know, at least 6 players going to Duke, which is like brilliant, right? Like, let's don't the system and then like ship them off.
Don't coach together.
It's brilliant.
Don't coach together in college. One's a club coach, one's a college coach. That's the way to do it, right? Like, Why
That's
isn't
how you
your
do it.
why
That's a
isn't your
marriage right there.
exactly? So your dad coaches club. Your mom, that means your mom should be coaching a college team.
My mom would say, "Hell no."
Oh my God, I'm just like trying to imagine your mom.
Oh my God, no. My mom would be like, "No, softball timeout."
She just wants to take selfies.
Yeah, totally.
Who else do you like? Who else do you like for the early class favorites for 2022?
Wow, I think Arizona made some good pickups with Dakota Kennedy and Taylor Beal and Logan Cole. 3 players, outstanding players that have been playing up. And if you've been following the Lady Magic team, they're a team that's been, they've been watched since early on, just because they're so athletic, and those kids are at the top of their game. I really like those picks. I think Florida State picking up, which they haven't picked up a West Coast kid in a while, but they picked up Avery Weisbrook from the SoCal Athletics, who I really like. I think she's got a ton of upside, great glove, solid bat, and Maddie Fry from the Birmingham Thunderbolts, another solid player on one of the top teams out of the Southeast. Super talented. And then, of course, Oklahoma's got.
Patty's going to get hers.
Yeah. Avery Hodge is probably the best 22 player in Texas. She's played up for most of her career. The kid has nails. Super solid at shortstop. Very dynamic on offense. I don't know where she'll play. I'm sorry. I don't know where she'll fit in their order. But she's a dynamic player. She's super gritty. I like her a lot. And then you've got Jossie Erickson, strong catcher. Kind of reminds me of Jessica Schultz from years back when she played for Arizona. That with that lefty bat, brings a lot of power. Has played up on OC Batbusters for most of her career. And she also played for the late Mark Campbell. Great athlete. And SJ Guerin, who a couple years ago, we were talking so much about her. Lefty who played for the Hot Shots, and now she's playing for the Bombers. I think she took a couple steps back in the last couple of years, but I think with the Bombers, probably give her an opportunity to kind of work her way back up in terms of pitching. But those are some of my favorites. I can keep going. Obviously, UCLA's got a lot of power with their recruits.
Kelly's going to get hers
Jordan
too.
Woolery, Ramsey Suarez, and I think Megan Grant's a wild card. She can be a player who can do some serious damage. Has kind of like a baseball background. Could play middle infielder or corner. And then obviously Florida.
Right.
They've always got top recruits, but I like Texas picks. I like Florida State's picks.
Shocking.
I like Arizona's picks. Yeah.
Shocking.
And I think Tennessee's picks are good. I'm curious to see how they perform at the next level. I'm having a hard time projecting what they'll do. I know Carlin Pickens has all the tools. I just would like to see her throw against some of the top teams at the 18U division, and kind of see her get put through the ringer. And then I think we'll know what she's capable of, kind of going on to the college level.
I do have to say that was quite impressive, Chez.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
Very impressed.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Well done.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. But I think overall with this this 22 class, you're going to see a lot of strong middles. I think a lot of strong middles, 5 total outfielders. There's not a lot of them, but there's a few of them. Dakota Kennedy, who I mentioned before, just has some really great tools that I think will kind of transition well into the college game.
Well, there you have it. That's the deal.
That's the deal.
On early 2022 recruiting classes. Chez, what's next? What's coming up?
Rankings. Obviously, I know a lot about these players. So we've got the 22 rankings coming out soon, and then the 21 rankings will follow that. And then we're hoping in the month of October to have a special guest joining us.
Oh, hey.
Who's going to share all of her insights to what makes her so good in the circle and at the plate. So very excited to share that with you guys soon.
Wow, you're just going to let him hang. You're just letting him hang.
Yeah. You got to come back. You got to dangle the carrot.
You got to come back. We're not giving the
Who
farm
likes
away.
carrots? Yeah.
I love carrots, but we're not giving the farm away today. All right, ladies.
Well, that's
always a pleasure. Until next time.